Hello friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Ajay Solkhe, presently working as Assistant Professor, University School of Management, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra, Haryana. Talking about the learning objectives of this module, we will be discussing workers' participation in management, the meanings and definitions of this concept, characteristics of worker participation in management, objectives of worker participation in management, levels, forms of worker participation in management, what are the effects of worker participation in management, and how to make worker participation in management effective. Upon completion of this module, a student should be able to understand whether worker participation in management is really necessary, the aims and objectives of worker participation in management, why the concept of worker participation in management is relevant in contemporary organizations, what is the rationale for workers' participation in management, the various forms and the levels of worker participation in management in India, and outline some of the preconditions for their successful implementation. Talking about what exactly is worker participation in management is and some of the introductory facts. Within the last 4 decades, in the realm of human resource management, the technique of workers' participation in management has been regarded as a powerful behavioral tool for managing the industrial relation system. This widely debated concept has evolved from the purely ideological and imaginative plank to an organizational reality. Like other behavioral terms, worker participation in management means different things to different people, depending upon their objectives and their expectations. Therefore, worker participation in management conclusively is a very elastic concept. Looking at some of the definitions given on the concept of worker participation management, there are various scholars who have defined worker participation management concept in their own ways. According to Keith Davis, worker participation refers to the mental and emotional involvement of a person in a group situation, which encourages him to contribute to group goals and share in responsibility of achieving them. In the words of Mehta's, applied to industry, the concept of participation means sharing the decision-making power by the rank and file of an industrial organization through their representatives at all the appropriate levels of management in the entire range of managerial action. Kenneth Walker says, worker participation in management is a resounding phrase, bridging the gap between past and the future. It echoes the millennial vision of the 19th century thinkers while heralding the evolution of new forms of industrial organization under 20th century pressures. The word workers' participation is plentifully suppled with ideas, institutions, and opinions. International Labour Organization, the very premier organization, comprehensively defined workers' participation may broadly be taken to cover all terms of association of workers and their representatives with the decision making process ranging from exchange of information, consultations, decisions and negotiations to more institutionalized forms such as the presence of workers members on management or supervisory boards or even management by workers themselves as practiced in Yugoslavia. Looking at some of the salient features of the concept of worker participation in management, very firstly, the participation enhances employees' ability to influence decision making at different tiers of the organizational hierarchy with concomitant assumption of responsibility. Secondly, participation implies practices which increase the scope for employees' share of influence in decision making process with the assumption of responsibility. Thirdly, participation presupposes willing acceptance of responsibility by workers. Fourthly, workers participate in management not as individuals but as a group through their representatives. The participation has to be at different levels of management, at the shop level, at the departmental level and at the board level. The decision making at these different levels would assume different patterns in regard to policy formulation and execution. Workers' participation in management differs from collective bargaining in the sense that while the former is based on mutual trust, information sharing and mutual problem solving, the latter is essentially based on power play, pressure tactic and negotiations. The basic rationale for workers' participation in management is that workers invest their labor and tie their fates to their place of work. Thus, they contribute to the outcomes of the organization. Hence, they have a legitimate right to share in decision making activities of organization. Objectives of worker participation in management. Worker participation management is done with some of the prior objectives which vary from country to country because they largely rest with their socio-economic development of the country, its political philosophy, industrial relations, and the attitude of the working class. Accordingly, the objectives may be democratization of management, eliciting workers' cooperation in the attainment of corporate goals, personalization and humanization of the management process, and behavioral approach to the management of workers' management relations. According to Gossip, worker participation may be viewed as an instrument for improving the efficiency of enterprises and simultaneously establishing harmonious industrial relations. He said it is a device for developing social education for the purpose of promoting solidarity among the working community and for tapping latent human resources, that is, by getting employees suggestions and by improving attitudes towards work and the organization. He further clarifies that worker participation means for attaining industrial peace and harmony which lead to higher productivity, increased production. It is a humanitarian act giving the worker an acceptable status within the working community and a sense of purpose in his activity. It is an ideological point of view to develop self-management in industry. German perspective of objectives of worker participation management. In Germany, worker participation management has been done with some of the prior objectives in mind. Very first is prevention of workers' exploitation either by owners or by top managers. Secondly, growth of the economy through a democratic process. Thirdly, some conflict between labor and management is considered inevitable. It can only be resolved either by obligatory compliance with orders or by persuasion and evasion or by democratic regulation. It is not intended to take over or destroy the managerial authority, nor are the workers required to take over management. The idea behind that is management should always be placed institutionally under obligation to use its authority as a trustee and not to abuse it. And lastly, sharing financial and other information about the enterprise for the purpose of collective bargaining. In Great Britain, WPM has been done with some prior objectives. Likewise, very first is consideration and discussion of changes in the methods of production, safety and welfare of employees, training and education, work rules and personal problems, and such other matters of mutual interest except wages and other issues falling within the sphere of collective bargaining. And lastly, to solve some of the industrial relations problem. In Israel, the Histadrut tries to achieve the following objectives through worker participation management. Very first is development of the working class. Secondly, nation building through entrepreneurship and land development. Thirdly, creation of a just egalitarian society. And lastly, to ensure a high standard of living for the growing Jewish community. In Yugoslavia, the Workers' Council's objective is to assign final authority to workers over all matters relating to an undertaking. It aims at a democratic egalitarian distribution of influence which is not at all sharing authority or power but to make the organization more progressive. In Japanese industries, the system of joint consultation is widely prevalent and it aims at promoting good communication and understanding between labor and management on the various issues of business administration and production, which are beyond the purview of collective bargaining. Accordingly, the objectives of worker participation management in India are to promote mutual understanding between management and workers, that is, maintaining the industrial harmony. Secondly, establish and encourage good communication system at all levels. Thirdly, to create and promote a sense of belongingness among workers. Then is to help handle resistance to change. Second last, induce a sense among workers to contribute their best for the cause of the organization. And lastly, to create a sense of commitment to decisions to which they were a party. Looking at some of the levels of participation where the worker participation management can be granted to the employees, the participation is possible at all the levels of management, but it depends upon the nature of the functions, the strength of the workers, the attitude of the trade unions, and that of the management. The areas and degrees may differ very considerably at different levels of management. At one end, where the exercise of authority in decision making is almost complete, participation will be negligible, while at the other end, where the exercise of authority is relatively small, participation will be maximum. In between these two extremes, the nature and extent of participation will vary, depending upon a variety of factors, including the problems or issues, the attitudes and past experience of the management, and the development of human relations in general and labor management relations in particular. Dr. V.G. Mehitras has suggested 5 levels of worker participation ranging from minimum to the maximum. The 4 kind of participations are consultative ranging to decisive. The very first is consultative. In this type of participation, workers are consulted in those matters which relate to them. Here, the role of the worker is restricted to give their views only. Associative participation. Here, the role of the Workers' Council is not just advisory. Unlike consultative participation, in a way, this is an advanced and improved form of consultative participation. Administrative participation. In the administrative participation, decisions already taken are implemented by the workers. Compared to the former 3 levels of participation, the degree of sharing authority and responsibility by the workers is definitely more in this participation. And lastly, decisive participation. Here the decisions are taken jointly by the management and the workers of an organization. In fact, this is the ultimate level of worker participation in management. Dorothea has given 3 stages of development of labor management cooperation, viz. Information sharing, problem sharing and idea sharing. Talking about the information sharing stage, it is one in which an employer looks upon the joint committee as a means of informing employees about business conditions and the outlook of their company, as well as telling them about the changes in operating methods before they are put into effect. Looking at the problem sharing stage, it is one at which the employer recognizes that workers can make a contribution in such areas as material cost and the quality of waste, and the management presents the facts and labor is requested to give its opinion or to make proposals for improving the situation. At the idea sharing stage, the management indicates its willingness to have labor initiated ideas in any kind of production and personal activities and labor with certain safeguards, is willing to contribute to the operation of the business. Ernest Dale described 4 kinds of cooperation: informal cooperation, advisory cooperation, constructive cooperation and joint determination. Talking about informal cooperation, where the parties merely cooperate in gathering information, the pooled facts are then made available to both the parties for whatever use they care to make of them. Looking at the advisory cooperation, where each side may consult with the other, the union gives advice on certain matters to the management and the management consults them before action is taken. Third one is constructive cooperation. Here, each party makes suggestions for improvement and suggestions are acted upon. And lastly, joint determination, where policy matters are jointly decided by the union and the employer. Looking at the forms of worker participation in management in India, we have certain schemes. Very first is suggestion scheme, works committee, joint management councils, board representations, co-partnership, workers complete ownership, and there are certain alternative forms of participation. Naming a few, one is collective bargaining, empowerment and quality circles. How to make worker participation in management? Here are certain preconditions which needs to be satisfied to make the worker participation in management concept effective or successful. The very objectives of worker participation in management should be closely set by the parties concerned. There should be a democratic, strong and representative union of workers to participate in management on behalf of workers. There should always be a sincere feeling of participation management at all levels. Rigidity in terms of hierarchical participation distorts the atmosphere for participative management. There should always be a continuous communication and consultation between the workers and the management in matters affecting their functioning. The workers and the management, they should develop positive approach and favorable attitude to participative management. Conducting training and orientation programs and exercises for the parties concerned can help create a very conducive environment for successful application of worker participation in management. Here we need to examine the worker participation program at TISCO. Since Tata Iron and Steel Company are the pioneers in establishing joint consultation in India, it is worthwhile to look at workers' participation management at TISCO. Closer association of employees with management at TISCO began in 1919 and was formalized in August 1956. And here the purpose was to promote increased productivity, provide a better understanding to the employees of their role and importance, and to satisfy the urge for self-expression. The scheme as set up at TISCO consists of three-tiered system with joint department councils constituted at the departmental level, joint works council for the entire work, and at the top the joint consultative council of management. The specific functions of these three bodies were as follows. JDCs were supposed to study operational results and production problems, advise on the steps deemed necessary to promote and rationalize production, improve productivity and discipline, and economize cost. Promotion of welfare and safety, encouragement of seditions, and improvement of working conditions also fell within their very purview. JWCs were supposed to discharge special function of reviewing every month the working of JDCs and other committees such as Sedition Box Committee, Safety Committee, Canteen Managing Committee, etc. JCCM was given the task of advising management on production and welfare and also looking at matters referred to by the JDCs and JWCs. In order to ensure that these committees did not overlap the functions of other committees, separate task groups were formed. Special courses were offered to prepare both management and union representatives to effectively utilize the facility. TISCO's experience with workers' participation has been very satisfactory. From 1957 to the middle of the 1972, JDCs have discussed a total of 14,104 suggestions, of which 70.3% have been implemented. Friends, I hope you have understood the contents well. You can also refer to other quadrants of this module for testing your knowledge and having some more input on theme of the module. Happy learning. ठीक है जी.